Who is y'all to tell me what he diagnosed with and what he look like, what he sound like? Y'all don't know nothing about God, and y'all don't know nothing about nothing. You talking to me like that, so I rebuke everything y'all saying about my child. To be honest,
it's time to just say what it is so that you can stop being embarrassed and harboring that guilt. I literally spoke what I saw because I was in shock.
Was supposed to be a plain, unobtrusive church appearance. However, everyone noticed something peculiar when Chrisean showed up there with her toddler, who was around 2 years old, in her arms. It was supposed to be a straightforward, discreet church visit. Chrisean Jr., who goes by Chrisean, Jr. online was surprisingly still uneasy and lacked the customary curiosity and engagement of a child his age. Whispers bounced like static between spectators as the uneasiness spread subtly. Where is the progress? At one live appearance, Chrisean had gushed about her son. According to her, Junior was flawless at delivery, but the illusion was soon dashed. When his limbs stiffened, his eyes lost focus, and even as a baby, he barely moved his head. His piercing, high-pitched howl, which was so out of place, was the most terrifying sign. One video contained footage. Chrisean was defending a controversial tattoo of Blueface's face on her cheek while her baby screamed in the background. A rush of speculation was triggered by the piercing sound. In another video, she was feeding 8-month-old Junior, but he didn't react or grab for the food until the spoon nearly touched his lips. The comment section was overflowing with parents, who were baffled by their 8-month-old's lack of food reaching and the development of their motor abilities. The realization that this wasn't trolling but rather genuine concern only intensified. People began to question whether Chrisean's known history of drinking and smoking during pregnancy had anything to do with the delays. One candid statement captured the public sentiment he should be responding by lifting his head and cooing, but he isn't doing so instinctively, and she is denying that he isn't meeting his developmental goals. Chrisean retaliated by saying her infant was okay and blaming the critics for inciting hatred. But when the videos were made public, specialists began to express their worries. One expert claimed that Junior appeared to have low-set ears and a flat midface, which are signs of fetal alcohol syndrome, small eye apertures, and delayed reflexes. Others suggested Cri-du-chat syndrome because of his distinct, if Junior was truly okay, why hadn't she released medical records? The more she defended herself, the less the public believed that Chrisean had ever been reluctant to divulge every element of her life. Some even remarked that his pupils appeared white rather than red in pictures, indicating that he might have vision problems.
It crushed my heart to look at my grandbaby and see that, and that was my first time seeing it.
Oh, God.
And it did. It crushed my heart a little bit. It did. But I love all my kids no matter what. I told you, whether they slow, need a helmet, whether they got nappy hair, whether they short, funny looking. I love all my grandkids, but I ain't gonna lie. My first initial thought when I saw him in that restaurant, it crushed me. And for her to say she wanted to stomp me out, girl, you ain't. I can't even tell you what my mind wanted to do to you once I looked in his face, and I didn't know if he was looking at me, you, or the air. I was hurt, genuine.
Transparency was the foundation of Chrisean's business at first. She live-streamed everything, including meals, outbursts, and interactions with Junior. But as worries about his progress grew, she began to distance herself, and the change was challenging to make. Her argument was not strengthened by her prior behavior. Blueface, a veteran of chaotic parenting, publicly accused Chrisean of delaying Junior's hernia surgery after she allegedly claimed to have other commitments. He merely reserved the as his condition worsened. Blueface compelled her to go online, and she appeared to erase the delay by airing a joyful video. Chrisean published a video of Junior walking it months later as his first birthday drew near. There seemed to be an effort to allay critics, but rather than showcasing progress, the video revealed how far behind he was in terms of development, leading others to question if she had a child or truly wanted one. Junior has only been Blueface's living connection, someone to lean on during their traumatic split. Chrisean was publicly accused by her once loyal best friend Janet of being insane and of not realizing that her son needed help right away. Following the public backlash, Chrisean eventually took action that many believed should have been taken long ago. She stopped filming every moment, pulled her child from social media for the first time in over a year, and at the very least publicly focused on parenting her child out of the spotlight. This was the greatest thing to do. A long-awaited maneuver, but by the time she executed it, the harm had already been done. Yahweh Crown took Junior back into the spotlight at the age of nearly 2 months later, during the same church function where she sang her new song. Instead of the disturbing silence that many were expecting, they observed signs of progress. Since the boy was born into instability, a cycle of threats, breakups, and reckless behavior from both young parents, people assumed he was a victim of his environment. This rage was about something more profound than degrading a disabled child. The boy didn't look into it, didn't respond, and didn't even seem interested. In other recordings, Cohn was seen smoking and drinking while visibly pregnant, while other people were seen yelling threats at the camera to stop the pregnancy. Their child is suffering as a result of their immaturity, which was not hidden, but rather live-streamed. Clarissa Blueface's mother. This time, someone who has openly clashed with Chrisean stepped up, but her criticism was heartfelt. Seeing that something was clearly wrong and that things didn't have to be this way was painful, she said. It didn't have to be this way, and she's right.
I said she drank, and because I hear the cry and I see what y'all see, I do feel like there could... It's time to just say what it is so that you can stop being embarrassed and harboring that guilt. I literally spoke what I saw because I was in shock.
Was supposed to be a plain, unobtrusive church appearance.
Prenatal care
However,
and risky behavior were the obvious warning signs. Careless partying Cohn is unwilling to accept the consequences when the public saw her disobey all of them in real time. Why won't she accept the truth, as doing so would force her to face an unacceptably harsh reality that her child may be? She is suffering because of her own choices, and for some individuals, that degree of accountability is scarier than a medical diagnosis. After the latest close-up of Chrisean Jr., the public no longer feels sorry for her. Instead, they are pleading with her to stop pretending that she had no control over the choices that have influenced her son's life. And the truth is devastating. Being born into instability was not something he asked for. A comment was made that read, "But he's stuck in it now." Zeus Network recorded her smoking during her pregnancy for amusement purposes, and we witnessed her become unprepared for parenting. Why does the possibility that he has special needs still startle people? The prudence. They lack support or direction.